Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex Molina93 here. Today is going to be about my review and thoughts on NBA Finals 2020. I know that I should have done a day after the finals. I apologize for that. I was very busy and I had the other stuff going on in my life. So I apologize for that. And I promise that the next season, next year it comes out, I'm going to do a day after the finals. But you know, it is here and I have to do it. I mean, because I am a basketball fan and I watched the NBA Finals, of course. I mean, except for 2018 because it was kind of laughable for what had happened on that year. But I'm doing it for this year because I thought this NBA Finals was good despite not ending till summer, and it just ended at fall in October, in October 11 specifically. Without further ado, so let's get started, shall we? Like always on my NBA Finals reviews, I always bring up the score list for both teams and how the games happened, how much they scored for each team. For this NBA Finals, we got Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm happy they got into the finals, versus Miami Heat. In game 1, the Los Angeles Lakers scored 31, while the Miami Heat, they just scored 28 points. So 3 more points for the Los Angeles Lakers on the first period. On the second period, we got the Los Angeles Lakers scoring 34 points, while my mistake. Miami Heat, they only scored 20. I mean, very much less than 34. 14 points. So the Los Angeles Lakers, they won 34. On the third period, they scored 28, while the Miami Heat, and again, way lesser, 19 points. So the Los Angeles Lakers, they got more points on the third period. Now on the final period, we got the Los Angeles Lakers scoring 23, while the Miami Heat, they scored 31 points. So they made a great comeback at the finals, but they didn't want this. In game 1, Los Angeles Lakers won with 116 points, while the Miami Heat, they scored 98. So the victory goes to Los Angeles Lakers. Next is game 2. Los Angeles Lakers scored 29 points, while Miami Heat, they only scored 23. 6 less points. So the first period, the Los Angeles scored more. In the second period, 39, the Los Angeles Lakers scored 39 points, I meant to say. While the Miami Heat, they only scored 31. So that means 8 less, so the second period, they scored more, the Lakers. In the third period, we got 35 for the Lakers, while Miami Heat, they only scored 39. So they made a comeback in this period, the Miami Heat. I mean, Jimmy Butler was so good. I mean, what else can I say? In the fourth and the final period of game 2, the Los Angeles Lakers, they scored 21, and also Miami Heat, they also scored 21, so they tied up in this period. But the Lakers got their victory for game 2 with 124 points, while Miami Heat, they only scored 114 points. So 10 less points. So the victory goes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now for game 3. Woo! This game has been officially dominated by Miami Heat. I mean, in every single period, they scored a lot. So yeah, no pun intended. For the first period, the Lakers scored 23, while Miami Heat, they scored 26. 3 more points. So the first period, they got more points, Miami Heat. In the second period, the Los Angeles Lakers, they scored 31, while Miami Heat, they scored 32. Closer for the Lakers. I mean, 1 more point. Okay, for the third period, the Lakers, they scored 26, while Miami Heat, they scored 27 points. Like the last period, 1 more point. Wow. Okay, the final period, the Lakers scored 24, while Miami Heat, they scored 30 more points. So, as you can see that the Miami Heat, they dominated the whole game 3. So the victory goes to Miami Heat with 115 points, while the Lakers, they only scored 104 points. So yeah, the victory goes to Miami Heat for game 3. Next, game 4. The Lakers scored in the first period 27 points, while Miami Heat, they scored 22 points. So the Lakers made a comeback for this game with the first period with 27 more points. Second period, the Lakers scored 22, while Miami Heat, they scored 25. So they made a comeback in the second period, the Miami Heat, with 3 more points. The Lakers scored in the third period 26 points, while the Miami Heat, they scored 23 points. So 3 more points for the Lakers in the third period. And the final period, we got the Lakers with 27 points, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 26 points. Closer, 1 more point. So the Lakers made a comeback for this game. So the Lakers had the victory with 102 points, while the Miami Heat, they only got 96 points. So the victory for game 4 goes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now for game 5. The Lakers scored in the first period 24 points, while the Miami Heat, they scored 25 points. 1 more point. So they scored a lot, the Miami Heat. In the second period, we got the Lakers scoring 32 points, while the Miami Heat, they scored 35. So the Miami Heat, they're making a huge comeback for this game after all. So the second period, they scored a lot more. In the third period, we got the Lakers scoring 26 points, while the Miami Heat, they scored 28 points. I mean, 2 more points. So they scored a lot in this period. But not so fast. I mean, the Lakers scored 26 points, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 23 points in the last period. So the Lakers, they returned being stronger in this period, but it is too late because the Miami Heat just got their victory in game 5 with 111 points, while the Lakers only got 108 points. So 3 more points for the Miami Heat. So the victory on game 5 goes to Miami Heat. Now to the final game of the NBA Finals 2020. The Lakers, they scored in the first period 28, while Miami Heat, they only scored 20 points. I mean, 8 less points. So yeah, the Lakers are getting a huge comeback in this game. In the second period, the Lakers, they scored 36 points, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 16 points. My God, I mean, 20 less points. I mean, I don't know what happened to Miami Heat while the Lakers are getting a huge comeback for game 6. In the third period, the Lakers scored 23 points, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 22. One more point. So what do you know? Well, what do you know? I'm in safe. And now to the last period and the grand finale. The Lakers, they only scored 19, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 35. I mean, I don't know what happened to the Lakers at the end of the period, but they just won anyway in Game 6 with 106 points, while the Miami Heat, they only scored 93 points. So that means that the Lakers just won the championship of NBA Finals of 2020. So congratulations, Los Angeles Lakers, and to all the Los Angeles Lakers fans. And yes, they finally accomplished their mission to win the championships of this year for Kobe Bryant. He would be so proud of this team for winning for him. I mean, they should do it for Kobe Bryant's legacy, so why not? I was with the Lakers all the time, as you can see the cap. Duh. So, yeah, I'm so happy that the Lakers won the championships. But I give a credit to Miami Heat for trying to play harder as they could. But I was with the Lakers all the time of the NBA Finals of 2020. So congrats, and Kobe Bryant would be so proud of this team. So they finally did it. They finally did it. This man would have been so happy and so proud of the Lakers. Mamba for life. So that's it for NBA Finals of 2020. I thought it was a good season despite finishing on October. I mean, that's so weird. They haven't done this before until now, because you know what is going on in the world, and I have not to repeat myself for that. And you know, the finals were so good. I mean, LeBron James, not surprised. Anthony Davis and Jimmy Butler, they were beasts throughout the finals. I mean, in some occasions that they were playing so well. So I give them a credit where the credit is due. So I'm happy that the season has came back for 2020 despite finishing on October. Like I was saying, it's obvious that they have to continue playing without more audience watching in person, because you know, not a lot of people can be, next to each other because of you know what. Instead, we got people watching the game in the form of holograms. And it is surprising to see Barack Obama, the ex-president of America, and Mickey Mouse, obviously because of promoting Walt Disney World. If you saw the field, you know the promotion of the Walt Disney World. So that's why Mickey Mouse is there. I mean, someone in costume, obviously, from Disneyland. And it's nice to see Barack Obama in the audience. For this, it is surprising. Not only basketball doesn't have the audience cheering up for their teams, also MLB and WrestleMania and the others don't have the audience either. Not surprising. They have to continue to play. The professional players have to continue playing for the next seasons of a specific sport. So yeah, not surprising to me and to the other people as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the NBA Finals of 2020 like I did, and I really hope that the next season will continue in a normal way as it should be. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos to come for you guys to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and a like button below, and comment in the section below what do you guys think about the NBA Finals of 2020. It is your choice. So thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Peace, just like that.